This person is now experiencing the full weight of the consequences brought on by their past actions. At the time, they genuinely believed that walking away was the best decision. Things between the two of you had grown complicated, emotions were high, and instead of confronting those feelings and working through the challenges, they chose the path of avoidance. They convinced themselves that distancing was a way to protect both you and them, that perhaps it would all somehow make sense later. But as time passed, that decision began to reveal itself for what it truly was, a deeply flawed and selfish choice. They didn't just walk away, they left abruptly, without any meaningful explanation. They gave no closure, no clarity, and no real reason that could justify their actions. And in doing so, they left you in a place of confusion and emotional darkness, forcing you to pick up the pieces on your own. They told themselves it was easier not to explain, but deep down, they were afraid. Afraid of vulnerability, of confrontation, of admitting their true feelings. In their silence, they hid behind lies, both to you and to themselves. They pretended their feelings weren't real, denied the connection you shared, and acted as though it could all just be ignored or forgotten. But some truths have a way of resurfacing, and that realization hit them harder than they ever expected. Now, they're haunted by the weight of what they did. The guilt doesn't come and go, it lingers, constant and heavy, pressing down on them as they replay the past in their mind. They've come to see how deeply they hurt you, how their actions caused a level of pain and confusion that no one else ever had. The emotional agony they caused wasn't just temporary, it changed something within you. They know this. They know they disrespected you, treated you with disregard, and acted out of arrogance when they should have acted with care and compassion. Their pride kept them from being honest, and now that same pride has become a source of shame. What makes the pain even more severe for them is the realization that no one has ever loved them the way you did. In you, they had something rare and genuine, a connection that wasn't easy to come by and could never be replicated. But instead of cherishing it, they took it for granted. They understand now that they broke something precious, something built on trust and emotional intimacy, and they did so with barely a second thought at the time. Life, as it stands for them now, is slowly beginning to unravel. One by one, the consequences of their past choices are catching up. Things they once held together are falling apart. Relationships with others are strained. The inner peace they once felt has turned into restlessness and regret. Their outer world reflects the chaos they feel inside, and no matter how much they try to distract themselves, the emptiness persists. They can't run from the truth anymore. They've started to reflect, to pray, and to do the inner work that they had long avoided. It's not easy, and they know it's only the beginning of a long journey. They're trying to piece things back together, not just for their own sake, but because they want to make things right with you. They realize that apologies aren't enough without change, and they're committed to becoming the kind of person who deserves a second chance. They want to prove that the person who hurt you isn't the person they want to be. In their heart, they're hoping for redemption. They long for the opportunity to come to you, not just to say I'm sorry, but to show you, through actions and consistency, that they understand the pain they caused and are ready to take responsibility for it. They're not asking for immediate forgiveness, nor are they expecting things to go back to how they were. They know the damage they caused may not be reversible. But they believe that if they approach you with humility, honesty, and a genuine desire to heal what was broken, there might be a chance for a fresh start. More than anything, they miss the connection you shared. They miss your voice, your presence, your understanding heart. And they now know that what you offered them wasn't just love, it was grace, support, and a deep emotional bond that they may never find again. That thought alone brings them to tears more often than they'd like to admit. They're not the same person who walked away. Life, guilt, and self-reflection have changed them. Whether or not you choose to let them back into your life is a decision only you can make, but if they ever get the chance, they want to stand before you and speak from the heart, with no lies, no pride, and no fear. Just truth, growth, and a sincere hope for renewal. Dear viewers, many of you are currently experiencing a powerful inner calling, a deep, soul-level urge to move ahead in your life. It's not just about physical progress or tangible achievements, but an emotional and spiritual evolution that is guiding you toward a more aligned and authentic version of yourself. You're beginning to feel a new kind of clarity, one that brings with it a calm confidence about the path ahead. There's a fresh sense of purpose rising within you, and while you remain hopeful about your relationship, it is no longer rooted in desperation or attachment. Instead, your energy has shifted into something more balanced, more self-aware. You are no longer looking for love to complete you, but rather to complement the strong and evolving person you are becoming. This internal transformation has not gone unnoticed. Your person, whether they are physically present in your life or feeling your energy from afar, can sense this change within you. On a subconscious level, they feel your strength, your serenity, and the quiet assurance with which you now carry yourself. They recognize that you have undergone a significant journey of growth, one that has led you to rise above the insecurities and doubts that may have once held you back. Spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, you are evolving, and your person can feel it. You're no longer trying to control the outcome of the relationship or force things to happen on your timeline. You've surrendered that need for control and have instead begun to trust in divine timing, in the wisdom of the universe, and in the unfolding of life's natural rhythm. Letting go hasn't been easy. It took courage, introspection, and countless moments of doubt followed by clarity. But you've done the inner work, you've faced your fears, confronted your limiting beliefs, and chosen healing over chaos. You've allowed yourself to soften, to forgive, to release what no longer serves you. And in doing so, you've created a sacred space within yourself, a space that is open to receive love without condition, without fear, and without the need to chase or cling. This is the beauty of your transformation, the ability to stand in your own power with grace and compassion. Your person sees this. They may not always have the words to express it, but deep within, they are witnessing your strength, your resilience, and your unwavering commitment to growth. Their higher self, the most awakened part of their being, is incredibly proud of you. Proud not just because you've become stronger, but because you've become more aligned with your true self. They see how you've stopped allowing external circumstances to define your worth. They admire how you've risen above past pain and disappointment to embrace self-love and inner peace. Your energy now radiates confidence, compassion, and calm, a powerful combination that inspires those around you, including your person. In fact, seeing you blossom is awakening something in them. It's sparking their own desire to evolve, to heal, to shed the wounds and patterns that have kept them stuck. They know, perhaps more clearly than ever before, that you deserve someone whole, someone capable of loving you with the same depth, clarity, and integrity that you now offer yourself. They are beginning to understand that love isn't just about connection or chemistry, it's about readiness, emotional responsibility, and the willingness to grow alongside another soul. Your growth is challenging them to step up, to confront their own shadows, to heal what's broken, and to become the best version of themselves. Not for you, necessarily, but because you've shown them what's possible when one chooses healing over hurt, and love over fear. To them, you are a beacon of light. A rare and radiant soul whose purity and compassion leave a lasting impression. They see you as someone with a heart full of love, not only for others but now, finally, for yourself. This self-love is what makes you shine so brightly in their eyes. It's not arrogance or detachment, it's a quiet, grounded strength that says, I am enough. And in your enoughness, they find inspiration. In your peace, they find hope. So, dear soul, keep walking this path. Keep trusting the timing of your life and the wisdom of your heart. You are not alone on this journey. The energy you're cultivating is powerful, magnetic, and healing, not just for you, but for those connected to you, including your person. Whether your paths are meant to merge now or later, know that your evolution is never in vain. Every step you take toward your highest self is shaping a future filled with deeper love, authentic connection, and soul-level alignment. And in that future, you are not chasing love, you are attracting it by simply being who you were always meant to be. Your partner is going through a lot right now, more than they've been able to express or put into words. Life has thrown many unexpected challenges their way, and they're finding it hard to cope with everything on their own. Despite this, one thing has remained constant in their heart, you. They miss your presence deeply and are yearning for a space where open, honest communication can happen between the two of you once again. They know that having your emotional support, understanding, and guidance used to be one of the few things that helped them navigate through life. Your presence gave them strength, direction, and a sense of purpose, especially during moments when they felt like giving up. Without you, they're struggling more than they ever anticipated. They feel stuck, as if they're trapped in a cycle they can't break free from. The sense of purposelessness and lack of motivation is overwhelming, and they're realizing just how important your role has been in their life. You weren't just a partner to them, you were a safe space, a source of comfort, and someone who truly believed in them even when they didn't believe in themselves. Now, your partner is beginning to see things from a more honest and mature perspective. They're starting to admit to themselves, and now to you, that a lot of the pain in the relationship was caused by their own behavior. They recognize how emotionally closed off they were and how this made you feel neglected, hurt, and drained. Their inability to open up, to let you in, and to truly share what was going on inside of them, led to distance and frustration on your part. They understand that you've reached a point where you're tired of the inconsistency, the emotional roller coaster, and the in-and-out behavior that made it impossible to feel secure and valued in a relationship. They don't blame you for feeling like you've had enough. In fact, they accept full responsibility for being emotionally unavailable, for acting stubborn, and for being uncooperative and sometimes even rude. They know these actions broke your heart more than once and made you question whether staying was even worth it. They now realize that their defensive walls, their pride, and their refusal to let vulnerability in have cost them something incredibly precious, your love and trust. What's different now is their awareness. They know that unless they step up and communicate from the heart, nothing will move forward. No matter how much they want things to improve, they understand that without effort, transparency, and genuine emotional presence, the damage can't be repaired. They also understand that apologies without action are meaningless, and they're no longer making excuses for the way they acted. They know that rebuilding the bridge to your heart will take time, sincerity, and consistency, something they weren't able to offer before but want to now, more than ever. This period of separation, as painful as it has become a powerful teacher for them. It hasn't been easy, in fact, it's been one of the hardest phases of their life. The silence, the distance, and the absence of your love have left them with nothing to distract them from their inner chaos. During this time, they've been forced to confront their own patterns, their own emotional immaturity, and the ways in which they've sabotaged something beautiful. They've had to sit with the consequences of their behavior and face the reality that they pushed away the one person who stood by them even when things were difficult. They want you to know that they're not just saying these things out of guilt or desperation, they're saying them because they truly mean them. This isn't about manipulating you or making empty promises. This is about showing up differently, speaking honestly, and being someone who doesn't just love you, but also respects and values you enough to grow. They know that love without communication and emotional presence isn't sustainable, and they're finally ready to do the inner work that they avoided for so long. Your partner misses you, not just your physical presence, but your energy, your compassion, your strength, and the peace you brought into their life. They're not asking you to forget the pain, nor are they expecting immediate forgiveness. All they're hoping for is a chance to reconnect on a deeper level, to rebuild trust one step at a time, and to show you through their actions that they've changed, and that your love was never taken for granted. Ultimately, they want you to know that they've learned from this separation. It broke them in many ways, but it also opened their eyes. They are not the same person they were before. And while words may never be enough to erase the past, they hope their efforts from here on will prove that they are willing to grow into the partner you deserve.